Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I know I didn't post a video yesterday, but to be fair, I've been working on many things. I'll talk about what those things are later into the video, but for now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the most profitable types of images that you can upload to stock photography sites. And this is honestly unanimous between all stock photography sites, whether it's Adobe Stock, Vecteezy, the list goes on, you name it. And if you notice here, there's something that is pretty common amongst all these images. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds. It's something that most of these images encapsulate. They all pretty much have them. Just for a few seconds. Okay, I'll scroll up and down. And you get it when you get it. All right, let's see here. Okay, by now you probably got it. Okay, the reality is these images, this image, let's see here, this image, let's see what else, this image, all these images have something in common, and they're bundles. The images that you're looking at, these bundle type images, these are probably the most selling type of images across all of Adobe Stock. Now, don't get me wrong, there are images, of course, that don't fit this narrative that sell at very high levels on Adobe Stock, right? But what I'm saying is, as a group, right, if you take all the top selling images on Adobe Stock and you just kind of segment them into groups based on their similarities, you're going to find a common theme that a lot of images that have a ton of sales are images with a lot of this bulk bundle type of approach. Now, logically, why is that? Well, it helps the end user, the end customer at the end of the day. You got to think of it this way. A customer is coming to Adobe Stock, let's say. They're buying some sort of license. Now, Adobe Stock does offer custom licenses for businesses, but let's say you're an individual and you buy their like $30 plan and you get 10 downloads a month, let's just say. Okay, and let's just say that's the case. If you wanted like a bunch of logos, let's say, you see something like this, you might buy something like this. Think of an individual who works for a company, okay, and they give him a budget to spend on different stuff for logos. And let's say he's a graphic designer, he or she is a graphic designer. They might go to something like Adobe Stock, use part of that budget money, buy something like this, and then customize the logo that they want, present them 20 different kinds of logos to the company, and then the company says, hey, you did a great job, we're going to use this logo or that logo or this logo. Now, it's not just, a certain company. It could be media companies, it could be agencies. The list goes on and on and on and on of who can use this. But really what this is value for the dollar. You're paying the same cost for the license, right? But yet you're getting so much more when you bundle things up like this. Now, here's the thing, okay? And I'll be honest, I don't do this as much. There are very few times where I'll do something like this. But you can do this in every niche, and I'll kind of show you here. I searched logos here because it's most common in logos, but let me search foliage, for example, okay? Foliage, look at this, okay? Foliage, boom, all right? And I spelled foliage wrong, but you get the point. I forgot the I, but you get it. Look at this. This is a bundle, right? Let's look at other examples. This is a bundle. You got 3 different examples here of an image, right? This is a bundle, okay? These bundles, man, these are profitable. Now, here's the thing, okay? Just because you create a bundle doesn't guarantee you some automatic ticket to make a ton of money. I hope everybody knows that by now. But what it does is the end user, and this is just goes to prove more and more when I say this, you guys heard me say this, the end user is not a robot. They don't look at things and just don't make a random decision. What they do is they're picking based on their interest and their needs. Remember when I said before in the past when we were talking about like low quality images and images that just genuinely don't look good, right? And I said reason why a lot of people suffer from low sales is because maybe their portfolio is engulfed with tons and it's just riddled with tons of bad looking images. Well, if that's the case, the person's not going to get a lot of downloads. This is the same thing. When an end user sees a bundle like this and they're looking for just one image or something, they might go for this at a higher chance. They might logically think, okay, well, I needed just one picture, but this will do, and they might download it. That's a very, very viable thought process. Okay? Now here's the draw side behind these type of bundle type images. They take more time to create. That's the huge downside. Now, for me personally, in the course, I kind of showed how I would set these bundles up. And yes, there is a specific way that I would set them up. But at the same time, they, like I said, they do take more time to create. These images are also typically larger in size. I mean, let's just go ahead and look at this, right? How this image is pretty decent, right? It's pretty large. It's an AI file, EPS, so SVG, right? That alone on itself helps. The end user can change the colors, things like that. Now, I said in my last video, if you guys haven't seen it, in my very last video, literally, I said you don't need to upload SVGs. You don't need to upload, really not SVGs, excuse me. You don't need to upload vectors, which is EPS, because I don't think you can upload SVG to Adobe stock, but you can't upload an EPS file. You don't have to upload EPS to make yourself feel good about yourself and think that you're going to do well. You can do phenomenally well as JPEG. So JPEG or PNG, you could take an image like this, create the bundle, and upload it just as a JPEG without being a vector and still do relatively well. But once again, you have to be smart about which images you're going to do this for. I wouldn't sit there and do this for all images. I really would not. And I definitely wouldn't use it for raster types. So for example, let's just say I wanted to create a combo and I had images related to a scenery like this. I would not put a bundle of images like this in one. You get what I'm saying? Like 4 different images like this with different colors. I personally would not do that. Why? Because I just see less of a chance of somebody using it. But if it's an image like this, right, where it's either transparent or just even a white background, forget even transparent, but if it's just a white background, right, with just these different elements, to me, in my mind, that's more usable. That's more viable. And obviously, in this case, you're going to have to double up on your upscaling. You want to make sure that it's really, really high quality, right? Which you guys who are in the course already know that. That's normal for everybody. We already we have certain setups as to how we do that, which, by the way, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to access the course. But there are certain ideologies. Like if we go to this guy who uploaded this bundle, whoever this person is, I do want to see, do they have more of these bundles? Yeah. Look how much they create. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Look, this image is the same image as this. So let me click on this, right? So we have these 4 butterflies here. This butterfly right here is effectively the exact same thing as this. So they upload it individually, and then they upload it as a stack, right, as a bundle. I bet you there are people watching this channel, right, who upload and do only bundles because it's that profitable for them. Once again, I am not saying that it is a guarantee that you're going to get rich uploading these bundles. But what it does is potentially increase your chance, but you also have to admit that it does take more time to produce. One of the things that works for me personally and my personal life schedule is I personally don't like to invest too much time into this business. So for me, a few clicks a day can result in me creating over 2,000 images easily. We're talking a few clicks. We're not talking a few minutes of work. We're talking a few clicks. So that could be 30 seconds, 40 seconds, maybe even 60 or 120 seconds a day. And that results, like I said, in 2,000 plus images a day. If I really, really wanted to invest a ton of time, then I would really prioritize these bundles. Now, I could prompt an AI to create these bundles, which we'll actually go over in just a second. But, it could potentially be profitable for you. Like I said, a good person in the passive income world, well, it doesn't even make sense. Good person. What am I saying? It's late. A person who is trying, all kinds of different ways to make money in the passive income world will probably try their hand at creating bundles and see if it works for them. It might not, but it might. You want to try pretty much everything. I've said this before, yesterday, day before, whatever. I said, I am going to upload images in all kinds of different niches. And in fact, today is February 1st. So by the time you're watching this, it's going to be February 1st. But February 1st, I'm going to attempt for this month on February to just upload a little bit more bundles than I normally would. In fact, I'll just be honest, right? Last month, about half of the month, I was all jacked up. My back was hurting. I was sick. Didn't really do any work related to this. But even the month before, I was uploading, but I didn't upload any bundles whatsoever, unless it was like a bundle that came out of an AI tool, which I'll show how to do. But at the same time, I didn't create something too advanced. So I am committing for this month, like behind closed doors, I will upload some more bundles, and I will see how it goes. At the end of the day, it doesn't hurt me as a creator because I'm uploading it to my portfolio, and we'll see what comes of it. It might be a good thing. It might not. We'll see. But obviously, I have to be, like I said, intelligent about what kind of bundles am I actually going to be creating, what niches, things like that. I'll probably do some analysis first on my own personal account and see, for this specific account, what's selling the most, and then try to mimic and try to create some bundles around it. So, hey, without further ado, let's get into an AI generation software and try to create some bundles, outside of this. So let's get into it. All right, let me go ahead and pause this. Okay, so here I am on Midjourney. You could actually see here that I'm on Midjourney, and I'm going to be looking and doing some research on these quote-unquote bundles. Let's kind of see what we get here. So let me show you what we got. So I'm going to go over to the Explore page, and the first thing is I'm going to type in 4. Okay, 4. And the reason why I say that is because I'm looking for something like this. Not necessarily this exact drawing, because I don't know what the hell this is, but something where there's an image here, an image here, an image here, and an image here. So that would be relatively like a bundle, right? So this image, not this one, but this image, this image somebody could potentially claim it as a bundle. Although it has a lot of things going on in the background, it's not a bad image entirely for the bundle process. Let's keep looking here. So if I type in 4, let's say logos, okay, 4 logos, let's see what comes up. So no, these are just all logos in the middle. So what if I type in 4 hats? Okay, there we go. So for example, this is a bundle, right? This is a perfect example of a working bundle. Let's click on this person's account. Let's see what they got here. So clearly they're creating a lot of sports type stuff, creating some before and afters. These are okay, but these are more like stickers. Okay. And notice what keyword they're using. They're using the word set. Okay. Set of Asian girl stickers. And okay, so that's kind of interesting. We get the idea of what this guy's doing. So let's go back here. And did I get rid of this? Okay, so here we are. Let's try to see another one. We got this one. This image is really good, actually, right? A sketch, but it has kind of like a bundle process. You have the image here of the hat in the front face. You have side facing, and then these 2 back ones. Not too bad, right? So that's another example of a bundle. Let's try to mimic something. So here on Adobe stock, we have, let's use butterflies. Why not? Let's give it a shot. So let's go back to our Midjourney, and let's type in a set, right? So let me type this in. A set of 4 different red and black butterflies. And now I'm going to give context around the image. So I might do cute illustration. I might write children's book illustration type art. Okay, so we'll type that. Let me spell butterflies right. Sorry, guys. And what we'll do over here is we will type in white background, and let's set up here a stylization of 0 just to test this. Let's see what happens. Right? We could always improve it in just a minute, but let's take it one step at a time. So let's give it a second. All right. Now, mind you, this is not at the same caliber of some of these bundles. Maybe not necessarily these, but like some of the bundles that we saw on the front page that were really, really like They were stacked. That's a lot. That's a lot right there. Let's see here. So these are good. These are not bad, right? Now, do these require me more effort? The answer is no. These type of bundles don't necessarily require more effort out of me. Why? Because I can set up an AI to automate the creation of this. For those who aren't familiar, I'll leave a link in the description. You can watch those videos around the AI automation. But I don't have to sit down at a computer to create any images like this. Let's try to improve this a little bit. Let's not even use butterflies. Let's try something else. So let's do 4 different roses, for example. And we'll type in yellow roses here. Yellow roses. Boom. And we'll leave the rest of the settings in there. So a set of 4 different yellow roses, cute children's book illustration type art, white background. Let's see what comes of it, right? It might be good, it might not be good, but we'll see. So these, in my opinion, are better, and we could kind of take a look at them. So here we have this image, we have this image, we have this image, we have this image. Why do they look kind of like whitewashed a little bit? I don't know. But what we could do is we can start toggling different words to improve it. So instead of cute children's book illustration, let's just type in illustration. Illustration art. That's it, white background. Let's compare, right? Before we set up stylization, before we set up any kind of different feature, weirdness, variety, even quality markers, before we do any kind of parameter, we need to test the very base level of the type of prompt that we're kind of asking. Now imagine, I just want you to imagine this, right? We have this set here of 8 images. Imagine we took all this and made it into one post. And we could do that. Like I said, I showed how to do that in the course. So if you take these we have over 100 plus images, videos in the course. So there's a lot we went through in the course. But if you take all these, put it in one image, will that have a higher chance of selling versus just like an image like this? Maybe. Now, here's the thing. We saw an individual, we just saw it literally a few seconds ago. We saw an individual, yes, put the whole thing in a bundle, and then also sell those images separately. Could that be considered uploading a similar type image more than once? And could it end up in a spam issue? Potentially. So for me personally, for safety purposes, I would not, and I repeat, I would not, for safety purposes, upload this as one image, and when I say this, I mean all 8 of these as one image, as in a bundle, and then segment them separately. I would not do that. I know other people do that. I do know other people do that, but for the longevity of my Adobe stock accounts, I will not do that. I'm making way too much money on Adobe stock to risk anything. I don't care even if it's allowed right now. I am not going to do that. I want people to hear that very clearly, because if a rules change or something like that goes left on Adobe stock and I lose an account that's generating thousands of dollars a month, it's just not worth it to me, So for me, one image doesn't trump thousands of dollars a month. It just doesn't, because I have tens of thousands of images on a singular Adobe stock account. And that's one of my Adobe stock accounts. God only knows if I have one Adobe stock account banned, God only knows what happens to the other one. So I really have to be careful at this point. I know there are people who only upload like 10, 20 images. They don't care. But at where I am currently, where I stand, is too much of a risk for me. So I'm not breaking any rules, and there are some situations where you don't get a second chance. And trust me, I've learned my lesson. Like Amazon merch, trust me, I've learned my lesson. I won't repeat the same mistakes. So that's a little tip for you guys. If you're watching this, that's a little pro tip. It comes to a certain point where you just don't take risks. But you guys get the idea now. So you can create these bundles and upload them, and that will potentially give you a better chance, right, than just uploading a singular rose. So instead of a set of 4 different ones, we could just type in literally yellow rose, and I'll make it singular, not plural, just so you guys can see the difference. But obviously, or not obviously, but potentially, that's more accurate wording there, more accurate verbiage, is going to be potentially more profitable here. But who's to say, right? Anything can sell. Absolutely anything. There's no guarantee here. What I've for sure learned in this stock photography world is that everybody has different preferences, and anything can sell at any moment. So trust me, there are images that I've uploaded that I've said to myself, no one on earth on this planet is gonna buy this, but it downloaded and it made me money. So it's surprising, but hey, it's the reality of things. So these are my tips around, once again, probably the most profitable type of image on all of stock photography. These bundle type images, we see them at the top of sales in every category. And it's hard to deny. I mean, you could just look at it. It's hard to deny. Now that we're kind of approaching the end, I want to make a few announcements. I've been working behind the scenes on, the ebook content. I actually have a bunch of videos recorded that I haven't published yet. And the reason why is because I'm trying to have some, I guess you could say, some consecutive logic behind the videos, behind what I'm creating. I don't want to have videos come out of left field. So that's kind of why I missed yesterday's upload. Been working on that. Been creating some content around it. I'm probably going to make a website around it just to help everybody and create some resources. People have been asking for courses around creating ebooks and how to actually create a website and sell it and make it all profitable. And, who knows if I'm going to do that? We'll see. But we got a lot of content coming soon. I know. I really want to upload every single day. But I figured I can't let you guys go without a video today. I will also make an update. We have, at this point, by the time you're seeing this video, you should see in the members area episode 4, by the way. Episode 4 of the brand new AI money making series. To be clear, for anybody who's watching who's not sure about what I'm talking about, we have a members area on our YouTube channel. This members area that you join, we have these videos that I just started. It's like a new series. I posted the 4th episode today, where we are making a brand new, potentially, source of income. And the reason why I say potentially is because I haven't made money off of it yet, but I've been building it and I'm getting deeper and deeper into a new way where it's completely AI, but it's AI that makes you money a certain way. I can't talk about what that way is because I promise to keep it private for the YouTube channel. And anybody who's in the members area, please do not mention what it is in the comments. We don't want to expose it, okay? This is so early and so new that I don't want to get into it publicly just yet. I'm documenting my journey through it. So I'm just showing people what I'm doing. I'm not saying that I'm doing it right. I'm just kind of showing what I'm doing. That's really all it comes down to. So, hey, I'm sharing it there. Episode 4. If you're a member, go watch it. And yeah. All right. So, hey, enjoy. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. And if you guys have questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And by the way, if you didn't watch my last video on YouTube, I answered a lot of your guys' comments in that last video. I had like a whole Q&A session towards the end. So there are people who ask, like, what do you do here? What do you do there? What kind of dimensions here? Whatever. People ask certain questions. I gave the answers, all right? So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Check out those videos. Check out my last video, like I said, if you haven't seen it. I'll see you soon, all right? Peace out. Bye.